Okay, so on this one, we are going to step one. See, they want dy dx, which is the same as y prime. So I'm going to take the derivative of the left side and the derivative of the right side. Okay, let's take the derivative. So this 5 comes down, that'd be minus 85 x to the subtract 1 from the power x to the fourth plus. Now, this part's tricky because this is chain rule. See, I'm sorry, product rule. See how it's two functions multiplied together? That's product rule. Two functions multiplied together. So you get, so that means take the derivative, we take terms. So this guy goes first. What's the derivative here? Well, the 85 comes on down there. I don't know what that is. It's 9. 720 and 45, 765. I guess I do. 720 and 45. Yeah, 765. Okay. X to the subtract 1 from the power, 84, times the Y unchanged plus, so that was the derivative of the first one. Plus, now the second one unchanged, 9x to the 85th. And now it's the time to do the derivative of the second guy, the derivative of y, which is going to be y prime. Now, you might want to understand what should you put the 9 with the first one? It doesn't matter. It didn't work out the same either way. So there we go. So I took turns. I did, whenever you have two functions multiplied together, you have to do the product rule. You take turns. So the derivative of the first one, second one just sits there. First one just sits there, derivative of the second one. Plus, okay, now what about this? Well, the 8 will come down. Y to the 7th, subtract 1 from the power. But that's not all, times y prime. Why? Because of chain rule. Remember, if the inside is anything other than a simple x, you must do the chain rule. That makes because you might think, but here you didn't do it right because that was simple x, right? So right here, this x, this came down and multiplied, subtract 1 from the power, and that's it. But this guy's y is not an x. So that's different, right? Y is a function of x. So we got to do the chain rule. So the 8 comes down, lower the power by 1, and then times the inside is not a simple x. So it's y prime equals 0. Okay, because the derivative of a number without an x or y is just 0. Okay, so now what? Well, two of these terms have y prime. See how this term and this term both have y prime in them? So step one, all right, derivative of both sides. We did that. And now step two, get y prime to prime, y prime terms on one side. So move the other ones over. And so we need to do that. And so let's do that. So I'm going to grab this guy and this whole term. Terms are things separated by pluses and minuses and stuff. Those guys are going to jump over to this side, jump over to that side. When they do, they change the sign in front of them, right? So what do we got? Let's bring these guys down. So we got 9x to the 85th times y prime plus 8y to the 7th times y prime. And now on the other side, this guy jumps over, so he becomes a positive 85x to the fourth. And this guy jumps over, becomes a minus 765x to the 84y. Okay, so get the y terms on one side. Step three, factor out y prime and divide. So I'm going to take y prime out. See, both these guys have y prime. So I'm going to put y prime in the front, put a big old parenthesis. That leaves 9x to the 85th plus 8y to the 7th because I didn't need it quite that big. So, right, see how that's true? If that y prime went boom, boom, it would go right back, wouldn't it? So now the other side is there. And last step is to divide. Well, it's not though. complete last step. The last step I'm getting y prime alone. So I'm going to divide by 9x to the 85th plus 8y to the 7th. We're doing one side, going to do the same thing to the other. Boom, boom. Okay, so y prime's alone. Now, what do they want from us? They want, so first off, there's our first answer, right? We get that right. 9x to the 5th plus 8y to the 7th. 85x to the 4th minus 765 x to the 4th y. Yep, x to the 4th y. Yep. Okay, now, second step. They're giving us whoops, the point 1, 1. They want the find the tangent line. So step 4, at the point 1, 1. So that means that x, y. So, okay. So the left side is just y prime now. Plug in 1 for x, 1 for y. That's a nice, easy number. And you'll get something. I don't know what. Let me see. Um, just hit the buttons on your calculator. It's just 85 minus 765 because those guys are all 1, right? It's just going to be because, 1 to the 4th, 1 to the 84th. And 1 times 1 times 1, 84 times is just 1. So it's just going to become 85 minus 765 on the bottom. It's just going to be 9 plus 8 because, again, 1 to the 85th, 1 to the 7th doesn't do anything. So it's nice. It's the benefit of ones, huh? And so what is that? I don't know, minus something big. 680, I think. Is that right? Um, yeah, I think it's right. Over 17. I think if you divide that on your calculator, um, that's most calculator, you'll get, let me see, doesn't that go in there 4 times? This will be 40 minus 40. Now that's the slope. Why? Because it's y prime. Remember, y prime is slope. I didn't do that very well. Let me make this more clear. This is y prime. That's slope. Y prime is slope. Y prime is derivative. It's slope. So that's the slope. That's the m, in other words. So now we can go to the equation. Y equals mx plus b. And we know the m is negative 40. Okay. And we just need to solve for the b. And what's x and y? Well, we got that right here, 1 and 1. So plug in x, plug in y. So 1 equals negative 40 plus b. Okay. And now add 40 to both sides. And boom. And b is 41. Okay, so there's our equation. Oops, I'm getting a little scribbly here at the end. Y equals mx plus b. What was m again? I get 40. X, and what was b? 41. Negative 40x. Negative 40x plus 41. Negative 40x plus 41. That's beautiful. And so it's a lot of work. And there we go.